I still think you could win with them, but the problem now is, I guess before I continue with my thoughts, 5 year, $295 million extension for Jalen Brown this offseason, right? And there's rumors, right? It's alleged. We're not saying this is actually what's being said by those two instead, that they're fake liking each other just for the sake of the playoffs.
I mean,
Not the playoffs, right? Fake liking each other in the team that, it's time to move on type of thing. What do you say to that?
how do you fake like each other and make the Eastern Conference Finals consistently? I don't
Hey,
understand that.
the '04 Lakers did it somehow. They made the finals, but they ended up losing in five. But um, I don't know. It's just because like the turmoil. They obviously had the Udoka situation. You've seen like the egos with they might have on the team, but I guess that stuff is being. I think it's alleged. I think it's overblown. Obviously because people are saying that because Marcus Smart came out with his comments a little bit, and um, sorry, not Marcus Smart. Jalen Brown is saying that like I don't know if I'm gonna be here long term, stuff like that. But 5 years, 295 million. If they offer that to him, I think he'll be dumb not to accept it, unless he genuinely doesn't want to be in Boston anymore. Like kind of like that Johnny Gaudreau situation with Calgary. So, but in terms of my first question, can you win with them? Yes, I do believe those two could still be your like top two guys, but you might need to pair a third guy, not a third guy like Kyrie, but can you get like a Miles Turner, for example, as their center spot, right? Because like Al Horford's old, right? So that's my first thing. How much can you really rely on Al Horford? He had a great playoffs defensively. Like he did well against Joel Embiid, right? He, even against Bam, he held his own, but he's old. Like he's like close to 37, 38. So how much do you really rely on him? And obviously names out there like Karl Anthony Towns come out, but the problem with Karl Anthony Towns is he's not that defensive guy. I don't think he fits that current Celtics regime or roster, sorry. And the other thing for me is the point guard. I don't think they have a true point guard.
Yeah, that was probably my biggest need for them. I would say point guard because like you said it, like they don't really have a guy who could bring the ball up properly. Like obviously Marcus Smart is listed as a point guard, but I just genuinely believe that you need like someone that is like a Chris Paul esque, Kyle Lowry esque, that like really genuinely like pass the ball, and really create open shots for his teammates, and then whenever it comes down to it, open shots from himself.
Yeah. For
Like
me, yeah, sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. So like because the people they have like Tatum and Brown, they're like more shot creators for themselves, right? And like obviously, you've seen plays where they could like kick it out to their teammates, but like things like a point guard where like he could bring up the ball, dribble away from pressure, you know, call some plays as well, be the leader. Like they need a leadership passing point guard type thing because you could get the scoring from Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown.
Yeah, no, so a name that I mentioned, I'm not, I don't, I know he's not available. I'm saying like this type of mold, Tyus Jones. Like you have him starting. Like I saw him against. Obviously, we saw him with the Grizzlies against the Lakers, but Grizzlies in general, he's the lowest like assist to turnover ratio. Like he's like at barely 1 point something, which means that like he's not turning over the ball. He's taking care of the ball. He's playmaking. He's a capable shooter. I'm not saying he's available. I'm not. I don't know if I don't even think he's a free agent. But that's the type of guy. Like they don't need a superstar. Like I don't even think they need like maybe a Fred Van Vliet is a type of guy is perfect as well.
Yeah, you can
Like
handle the
that's like
ball.
the I think that at the most you need that type of guy. But when it comes to yeah, like even just a capable guy like that, like you saw how the Grizzlies ran with Tyus Jones as their point guard when Ja was out or Ja's on the bench. So they just need someone like that who just Rondo, like prime Rondo even, like just that role of just playmaking. And you have Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, you have Derek White currently. I don't think he's a free agent. So like you have that roster. I just think can they find that guy essentially in the offseason?
What do you think their bigger need is, the point guard or the center?
Point guard.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree with
Because
you.
Robert Williams still can do the job. He'll get you the offensive rebounds. I think they just need someone that could facilitate a little bit more and has that natural point guard ability like a Chris Paul was. And again, I'm not saying at that level. Tyus Jones is at a great level itself. Obviously, a guy like Fred Van Vliet's available. Can you get him? But their cap situation, like I said, 5 years, 295 million for Jalen Brown. And Jason Tatum's gonna be eligible for like 5 years, 300 something million. So that's like almost 600 million tied in cap space on two players, and we don't know how much it's gonna move up. So that's where I guess the debate is: do you trade Jaylen Brown for a guy like Dame Lillard? Do you, if he wants out, what do you get in return? There's like so many stuff with that, but I guess we could talk
I
more.
would like if that's ever an option. I know it's like maybe dreamland. I would 100% get Damian Lillard.
Oh, for sure, hundred
Yeah,
percent. But I think it might be more so that like Jaylen Brown teams up with Dame Lillard or goes to Houston, for example.